So for the last 2 years, I've been working on a short film with my friend Christian Dittmer. The film is called Credo, and it's available on his YouTube channel. You can type in youtube.com/ at jcdittmer the second to find the film. It's about a 15-minute film. I don't want to spoil anything. I just really think that you should watch it, check it out. And this video you're getting ready to watch now is a Q&A that was done after the premiere of the film. So I would encourage you to check the film out and then come back for the Q&A if you want to know some context and about how we made the film and what we had in mind making the film together. Christian Dittmer wrote it, he wrote the music, and I just did some editing for him and some directing. We did it together, but he did most of the work. I would say maybe he did 80% of the work and I did 20% of the work. All that said, I would really appreciate if you check out the film and then check out the Q&A. All right, well, we're going to take just a couple moments. We want to get you out here so you can get some lunch. I'm going to ask him some questions, and I would open it up for anything else that wants to be asked about the film, about the process or anything. So like I said, I got a couple questions to ask Christian, and it's always open for you guys to ask a question as well. So Christian, what inspired you to make this film?
So this film is, I mean, the protagonist has the same name as me. Yeah, it's inspired by my own life a little bit, but not completely. It's more of like, should I use? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's more of like a idealization of my life rather than an actual depiction of it. The only thing in that film that happened in my life was me speaking at church in front of a bunch of people. I like to think of it as an alternate reality version of me. It's what came to me when I was trying to make a story that, you know, involved someone like me searching for connection in a world where that's kind of hard to find sometimes, you know.
And that's the word that I would think of, like, what is this about? I think it's about connection. Like that's the heart of the film, connection. That's the word that came to me as well. So what feeling did you want people to leave with watching this?
I mean, connected, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's, you know, important to let other people, especially those who, you know, like me, can struggle in social situations, can struggle to develop and maintain relationships, that they're not alone. Like, so many people go through that, especially nowadays, and the more you spread awareness about it, I feel like that should help. Would also want people to, like, come away from this film feeling more self-reflective as well. My goal is to, you know, help other people find their identity and to just like question themselves in addition to the community they're in, to, you know, realize who they are.
Yeah. And I think that question, what do I believe, like in the speech, was significant in pointing in that direction.
Yeah, that's probably the most significant part of the speech. Not just, he does say, like, on his belief in God, he doesn't need to, and that does seem like a significant part, but what do I believe? Him asking that to the audience is definitely what I wanted to highlight, because that's also what I said at the end of my actual speech here. I don't want it to just be me preaching. I am literally preaching, but lecturing, just saying what I believe. I want my experience to help anyone watching to discover themselves.
Yeah. Like I said, it's open. If anyone, just raise your hand if you have a question. But I got questions. Oh, you got questions? Okay.
Some of it is a statement, but I really appreciate what you've done here and what you've done with your speech. I feel like you're successful with your objective that you met. I've referenced your speech a number of times, always positively, and I hope within the scope that you delivered it. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, thank you very much. That really means a lot. That it's affected at least one person. That's my goal. So thank you.
More than one, by the way.
Okay.
It's something that I've often bragged about like talking about trying to describe this community, like this is something that happened. Like this happened, and no one threw stones, or and and church went on, right? Yeah, so that's something I brag about. So, what was one of the hardest parts about making this film?
For me, it was probably telling other people what to do.
Yep.
Yeah. I learned throughout this process that the role of a director is not really for me, I don't think. But yeah, I was still, I think, able to communicate what I wanted. And I definitely tried as hard as I could to let people know if they were veering off from the direction that I saw the film, but also not too much to where it becomes like micromanaging. There's a bunch of specific shots that I wanted, and that involved having people stand in the right place. But I found ways to work around that, like in the first scene where the protagonist is speaking to Elise. I literally like took some dried leaves out of that plant pot and put it on the ground next to where their feet needed to be. So and it worked. Yeah. So yeah.
Yep. And that Sunday we had people in the background. So if you listen closely, you can hear people talking in the background. Yeah. Which was part of it though.
Yeah, it adds to the experience.
Yeah, exactly. You talked about this being personal to you in some way, and you talked about how that speech was the only. Is there anything else that was personal to you in the film?
Well, just the message, obviously, to accept others, accept yourself.
Yeah.
While it may not be exactly as happen exactly as the events in my life happened, you can still derive the same message from it. I don't think I have ended up quite where the protagonist did. He's majoring in philosophy. I'm majoring in music composition. And my relationship with my roommates looks nothing like what you see on screen. But yeah, I still relate to it. I still empathize with this story. And I think it's aged pretty well over the past 2 years since I first wrote it.
Yeah,
so
I would say so too. I got 2 more questions. Are there any more questions from the audience before I go to my 2 questions, Daryl?
Just a statement question.
Okay. Okay.
So I see the connection part as a theme throughout it, but I also see honesty.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
that honesty.
Yeah.
And acceptance of honesty.
Yeah.
Without judging.
Yeah.
And I think, that's the way I took it when you stood up and spoke. I thought, well, I'm thankful we're at a church where, I think it's, to me anyhow, it seems like a tragedy in a way that churches are so compelling that everybody toe the line and you cannot share these questions and doubts.
Exactly.
And I'm just thankful at the time I was proud of us.
Yeah.
That we could actually listen to it and I'm sure relate.
Yeah.
So I just thought, I know that's not a question, but I'm going to make a
Yeah.
I really do think that, but I guess the question would be, I'm guessing honesty was a big part of what you were thinking.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm not too well versed in psychology, but it's definitely true that we are always hiding parts of ourselves, like he says in the film. We always wear masks with certain people, and in certain settings, in communities like not this one, but some churches, it's really easy to just revert to the norm and be the same way other people are, and it really suppresses your true identity, true feelings, and that can sometimes take a toll on people. So it takes a lot of work to get through that, but it's definitely worth it, and that's absolutely another message that I was trying to send.
The other thing that struck me was assumptions. How unconsciously we make assumptions that shut people down.
Yeah.
Rather than be open to hearing them. And I think Christians, quote unquote, are particularly guilty of that.
Yeah.
And we need to check ourselves on that.
Yeah, that's really the cause of the homogenization of people that that you see, you know, where a bunch of people start believing something, and that thing maybe can start harming other people because it wasn't true to what how the people really feel. I don't know. That's a digression right there, but
Half baked, still cooking. Yeah. Okay. Well, when I came, I don't know who started the conversation about the film.
yeah, I
Those
don't
years
either.
ago. One of us did.
Mhm.
But in my mind, I was thinking we are going to do something that took a day to do. We were going to go to the park. I was going to bring my camera or something, and then we were going to be done. Here we are 2.5 years later.
Yep.
So my question is, why did it take 2 years to get this done?
Well, finding cast for one.
Yeah.
That was really, yeah. Like I went on this website where you're supposed to be able to find actors for your film.
Yep.
And
That's where we found the actor
Yeah,
for
the
the
pastor.
preacher, the
Mhm.
pastor.
and he drove all the way down from Nashville, which was super nice.
Yeah.
Great guy, and he did it on his birthday too.
Yeah,
which
he
is
filmed that on his birthday.
or maybe he drove the day before
Okay,
it was
okay,
on his birthday.
okay.
But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, eventually we one of my mom's friends is a drama teacher, and so we went to see this play she was hosting of, like, you know, Shakespeare
Mhm.
kind of. And the thought occurred to me, I can ask her if any of her students would be willing to star in the film, and luckily enough 3 of them were, and that's all we needed.
Yeah.
But that did take a bit of time.
Mhm.
And then we had to schedule everything. Like we got the first half of the movie done pretty quickly after they were cast, but then like school started and we had to wait a full year before our
Yep.
schedules could line up again.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Scheduling was the biggest problem.
Mhm.
Yeah. A week from today, after watching this film, what would you want someone to remember about the film?
Well, I mean, I do hope the music is pretty memorable too.
He did the music, by the way. The
Yeah.
music, the
That's-
right, everything.
Yeah, that's obviously the score is really important to me. Music is really what I want to do. It's my passion, and yeah, I would hope that you check it out on all platforms because it's streaming. No,
Yeah.
and of course, I just hope that people remember to, like, keep themselves in check and try to, I don't know, how do I phrase this? That they,
Be gracious. Leave room for people.
yeah, and leave room for themselves.
Yeah.
As
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's not really a film about religion. It's about the self versus the community.
Mm.
And I hope that they're still thinking about themselves and how they may be keeping up barriers
Mhm.
to, you know, finding relationships with people who aren't in their immediate community.
Mm.
Something like that.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
One lighthearted comment
Okay.
and one serious. The lighthearted comment is, I thought it was really funny how, you know, the character had been there for a week and they were asked to give a sermon.
Yep.
That's totally BS. Like,
Yeah.
It made me think of Ken Haynes.
Mm.
It made me think of Greg.
Yeah.
You just start, you know, like that is
Mm.
so good. But you know, I just applaud you because I think it was big. You know, I think back to, how old are you?
18.
18.
Yeah.
So when I'm trying to think back way, you know, the cobwebs of my mind. To produce something so thought-provoking and real and honest, it is just really admirable.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking the day that, because I was there the day you got up and shared,
Mhm.
and I was just in awe of the bravery and the
Mhm.
vulnerability
Yeah.
it takes to just be very honest with what you think, and you know, and grateful to have a safe space that everybody, you know, just, you are who you are. And it's taken me 57 years to figure out how to communicate what I really think. And what I, you know, so I encourage you to continue to express yourself through music and through film and everything else. I mean, it was really awesome. So thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, thank you. That means a lot.
Got a question here too.
I just have one question.
Mhm.
First of all, I agree. It's so very impressive. But you've been impressive ever since I first met you. You've been so impressive to us. But what would you do differently now? Going back to the very first conversation, is there anything that you would change? Are there any things that you would do differently?
As far as the filmmaking and the film?
Just all of it.
Okay, yeah.
In general, what would you?
Yeah. I think I would probably try to find I don't know, someone else to direct it. Look for more people to collaborate with who are, you know, also passionate about the subject, about you know, who agree with its message and want to, yeah. And I do think you know, Spencer and Alex, all of the actors I work with were, but also I didn't really know them that much beforehand, and it was still a bit awkward. And I do think I could have found a better way to communicate to the actors. Yeah, like I said, just outsource that role entirely, so that way I only have to communicate my idea to one person who can then translate it to other people. I do think there are a few editing techniques I could have executed better as well. For an example, the scene where he talks with the pastor, the pace is very slow, and I found it a bit difficult to, I don't know, sit through, and it could have used more cuts back to the protagonist to see his reaction. This is a very amateur film, but I'm still proud of it. I'm glad we made it.
It's an amateur film. It does not come across as like a home movie. It's very professionally done.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Especially the fact that you're 18.
Yeah. He doesn't give himself enough credit. I would say that.
I
Yeah.
really used VCR when I was 18. I watched movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Okay.
Can you go a little deeper, expound, however you want to say this, about the loneliness and disengagement aspect?
Yeah. In my case, that definitely relates to neurodivergence and being autistic, which definitely has an impact on your relationships. Not like the way I phrase it makes it seem like autism is something that you get, and then once you have it, it's like, you can't talk to people anymore. It's just like from the outset, you're more hyper-focused on one single thing, and it's harder to like maybe relate to other people and then build up a relationship from, you know, shared interests, because we often have very specific interests that not a bunch of people can empathize with.
Yeah.
Right now, of course, I'm doing well. I don't feel as lonely as I did, like, say, at the time that I was writing this, because, you know, at that time I was homeschooled and living in a very rural city. Things like isolation are just accentuated when you're in a space with people who hold completely different beliefs than you. I don't know. It's okay to be alone, but also it's nice to like have some people who understand you. And so if you're looking in places where you're just not going to vibe with anyone, with the protagonist and his fictional church, it's kind of a waste of time a little bit, and you just have to keep searching, because like there are other opportunities out there. There's tons of people who can relate to you no matter what your interests are.
Yeah.
So,
I would say that although it may be more prevalent with neurodivergent, it's very common.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My
hmm
students, they're all, not all, many are lonely, disengaged, society,
Yeah.
online gaming,
Yeah.
so many different aspects and versions of that. So.
hmm Yeah, and I'm not saying it's unique to neurodivergent people. That's just my experience, and it does often feel like when you're me in a room where everyone else is talking and you just kind of have to pace back and forth. It's really easy to feel like you're the only one. Yeah, it goes back to what I was saying toward the beginning, that you just have to let other people know that you are feeling that, so that all of the others, millions, billions of people who feel isolated as well, can have someone to relate to.
On that note, there's an artist, he says in a song, "Don't be lonely by yourself." So I think that's, you're describing that pretty
Yeah, I
well.
like that.
Like, yeah, there's a loneliness that many people feel, but you don't have to be lonely by yourself. Yeah. Dave, did you have your hand up?
Yeah. So, like, what you created is, this is amazing. I mean, it's really thought-provoking. You watch it again and easily catch things that I didn't catch the first time. But you had mentioned, well, two questions really. One, in the film, you mentioned you were talking to your roommate, and he's like, "Really? You're gonna just do that?" You're like, "Yeah, I think the best way is to just say it in front of a room full of people." I've never felt that way. Is that how you really feel? That's my first question. And then the other thing is, I got two, and I'm just gonna put them both out there. Like Wesley said, it's easy to look at something like this and think, yeah, that'll take about a day. There's so much work.
Yeah.
And when you're creating, whether it's film or songs or music or create business or whatever it is, I think people that are creative, they just have something in them that they need to create.
Absolutely. Creativity definitely feels like an intrinsic drive.
ChatGPT.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I was trying to turn it off.
You said that there was.
She's back.
I guess I only have two questions.
No, continue.
Yeah.
You said that there's times where you just felt like quitting. So what sort of made you go, no, this is because it's obviously worth not quitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the first question, I mean, yeah, there are many contexts where it's best to not reveal something really deep about yourself to like a ton of people all at once. Like these are things that you have to be very delicate with. But in the case of the movie, I think I meant more of when he said this is the best way for me, being able to control when the spotlight is on yourself. And then he planned this out. He had a whole week to do it. And so, I mean, another autism thing is that order and structure are really comfortable. And, he got to plan it and then follow a script, which, it helps. And he communicated what he wanted to. He was able to talk about his true feelings, say who he truly was, to people that he wanted to know those things. Yeah. And then what motivated me, well, I mean, Wes, mostly. Like, he was my, support person over the course of the whole film. Like, whenever I started to feel less confident, I would talk to him about it, and he was like, "No, let's just keep going. We can totally do this." And yeah, that's why that's what connections are for. That's why you make friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's a lot of places I wouldn't be right now without, people like you and like him. So thank you.
Yeah, happy to do it. I think the biggest hurdle for the artist is the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
artists get in their own way. And
Yeah,
the director, the writer get in their own way. So
They say you are your own worst critic.
exactly, yeah. And there were a couple of times where he was like, "Oh, let's just strap this." I'm like, "No."
Good comment.
Yeah.
I thought it kind of funny when he's introducing himself and the other person says, you'll be going to hell.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, that's just flying right out there.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
I'm sure there are places like that.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I have
Yeah.
a question, because I know you gave, in 2.5 years, you gave a lot of thought to everything. So, what was your thinking after he gave the talk? This is a total void of responses.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously, his own confusion once he started. So what was your thinking about leaving out any response to the people he spoke to?
Yeah. No, that was intentional, and I didn't want to see the audience's reaction. Ever since I first wrote the script, because that's not what's important. If I did that, it would make the movie seem like it's a debate about religion, when, like I said, it's not about religion. What matters is Christian's reaction to the speech and how, he felt like even if they did, support him, he still didn't feel like he was able to truly communicate how he felt. He still doesn't understand himself, and you need to know that. You need to know yourself before you can really allow others to, love you and start getting to know you. So yeah, that's what I really needed to signify was he needed to go to Alex's character, the roommate. We don't even know the roommate's religion. It's about the roommate finding something in the protagonist to love, and to love him without even Christian having to explain himself. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just want to figure out Auburn, is that right?
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of a personal question, but have you found your people there? Have you found a community where you do feel connected? I went to Auburn 400 years ago, and I did find my community in a church, campus church.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just wondering, as a person with neurodivergent diagnosis and such a specific, the music, I know there's a lot of music people at Auburn, but just wondering what your experience has been thus far.
Yeah, I mean, currently, I don't know. You could say that I found a community, a group of people. The music department there is pretty small, so like everyone knows each other, and so it's really easy to, make friends and get to know people. But I feel like it would be more accurate to say that I found people, like a bunch of individual people who I can spend time with and talk with. I don't really have legitimate friend group that I'm always with. I feel like I know a lot of people do, but also a lot of people don't, and you don't really need an entire community. Like in the film, sometimes all you need is just one person to believe in you, and then that's enough. And yeah, I think I've definitely starting to feel that more. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Sandy?
You, since this is online, how do you see engagement with this project going forward?
Well, I would love to see, other people's interpretations. I know that, I guess from all of your reactions, that this has a lot of potential to affect people.
Yeah.
And I hope that other people can get something from it, because you can replace the religion in that film. The conflicts that arise from people setting up barriers from that exclude people different from them. You can replace religion with anything from like race to sexuality, gender. And I feel like there's a lot to be that there's still a lot to be like taken from that and to be to investigate. Yeah, I would really enjoy to see the conversation to as it progresses over time.
And also be available on Christian's YouTube channel. The first link, that's his YouTube channel. That's my YouTube channel. This part, the Q&A part, will be on my channel tomorrow, today.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys can watch that. You can share it with a friend if you would like as well. Yeah. Anything else? I want to acknowledge we did dedicate this film to John T. So Lisa, I want to thank you for allowing us to do that. You do see a clip of him in the film. Yeah. Yeah. And thank all of you that also, Edwina, thank you for allowing us to use your place to film.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us be a part of it.
Yeah.
I mentioned this to you before, but you need to submit this to Sidewalk Film.
Okay.
I mean, believe me, this sounds like a negative comment, but I've seen lots worse movies. At Sidewalk, and let's see, we just saw Anaconda, that was horrible. So anyway, think about that, because they're always looking for stuff, and I think this has a lot of appeal. It would be, good to submit to them, and it would speak to people.
Yeah.
The conversation starter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely considering it. I'll need to research how to do that, but that would be fun.
I'm grateful that you let us have an opportunity to be part of it.
Of course, yeah.
I'm grateful to be in a place where this is able to happen.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's important
I
conversation.
just want to thank you for sharing this with me, but also thank you for your willingness when you're here to pray for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
When I was interviewing to be here, I remember looking at a service and you were playing piano. You were playing Interstellar. I was like, they're playing Interstellar for communion? And that's one of the things like, oh, well.
Commonly play Creep as well.
So, yeah.
Some people would have been turned off by that and not applied.
Yeah.
Thought it was
Yeah. So your work and who you are is very important to this community and a lot of people. So thank you for being you. Thank you for sharing your work, and looking forward to what's next for you.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you.